2.
All right, 5 juji escapes that you probably already know, but maybe you could see them and then see how they work together, and then you could learn something and try to apply some of this stuff. All right, left foot is going for my right arm, right arm, and there's lots of different nuances here. Left quits has a lot of different options here, as do I, but mine are a little bit more limited. I'm in defensive mode, Sam's in offensive mode. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I don't want to keep my arms unlinked because he has his whole body to crank on this elbow. He cranked on it today. Thanks a lot, left quits. I'm going to connect and then bring my hand underneath his hamstring. Okay, so now my hands are reinforced. Right, my hand is effectively hidden. If it's out in the open, he's going to try to grab this hand and start peeling this hand out. Right, it's going to be lots of problems. So I want to hide it and then reinforce and create this frame so I have a little bit of breathing space. The first thing I'm going to look forward for is that his heels are not pulling me in. Right, if his heels are pulling me into his butt here, right, pulling me tight, I'm not going to be able to create enough space to do this. Okay, so release this a little bit. Once his legs are dangling, let your legs dangle, right, I could create this space away and drop this elbow into the pocket here to create that, avoid that fulcrum on the elbow. And now sort of, there's not so much juji, and then I could climb up and then do, I'm a little bit more safer, right? So that's the first thing I generally look for, but usually it's not going to be there because Sam's sort of an experienced athlete. He pulls my arm towards him, and then he pulls his heels towards his butt. So now there's no escape to the side here, right? So what I'm going to look for now is to do a bridge to put my opponent on his left shoulder. Okay, if I bridge and put him onto his left shoulder, I can high leg over, right? And then climb up. You got to keep the leg hooked to the head. I can climb up, and once I'm in this position, I can connect this leg here. I can bring this knee up, and I can go into the leg arm extraction position where I pulse the arm out, and now my arm is free, past the fulcrum, and then I can try to transition to the pass or whatever it is that I'm trying to do, okay? Connect. I'm trying to escape this direction. I go for this. Sam's too smart. He sits up, right? I use this momentum to sit in this direction, and same ordeal. If I can climb up in this position here, I want to connect here, keep this leg, because if I don't keep this leg, he kicks this leg out and creates this pendulum. He's going to put me right back to the floor, right? So I want to make sure that when I get into that position where I'm stacking him, that I collect it and keep his knees together, right? Sometimes I could bridge and take him over in this direction. Sometimes I can't, right? If I go in this direction, he's resisting down, I might be able to kick my legs up and through, connecting the legs, arm pulsing, passing, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3 sort of escapes right off the bat there, right? That's what's going for a juji. I connect. Here's another one here. I'm trying to sit up. He kicks down. I try to bridge over this way. I don't succeed. I'm trying to scoop my hips away, but he's pulling his heels really tight into him. So now I'm going to go into something else here, okay? I might go for something here. I might go for something there, but I'm going to look for an opportunity where his legs are unlinked here, okay? If his legs are linked, it's going to be very difficult. We're going to have to do something else. But if his legs are unlinked, I could take this foot and bring it in between the legs here, okay? Once I've created this space here, this gap, right? Because now his legs are separated, I could use this space to hide my elbow. Go for the juji here, right? It's very tight, but look at this space underneath, and I'm gonna use this to look for that space to hide and tuck my elbow away here, okay? So now if I could climb up this way, I'm in good passing position, or I could do an over-under pass, lots of different other scenarios there, right? How many is that, 4? Yeah, so that's 4 jujis that you already know. And then the last but not least, this is sort of a last-ditch effort. As the juji's coming up, okay, of course you could also try to go for this situation. Right? I didn't go over that. Sam's sort of doing the right thing by bringing that calf across the neck for the sankaku, right? Well, that's not what we're doing here, right? If you could hide this, you could roll your shoulders over that leg, and now there's no more juji, right? He's probably going to climb on top, but I'm very anticipatory of this, and now I have this leg in between the body, and now I'm going to look to retain full guard by going to the head, and now I'm safe, right? So that's another option. Let's go juju again. Last ditch effort, arms coming through, okay? If my hand is in this position, if my wrist goes down to the floor, and then the hips go up to the ceiling, it effectively cranks on my arm here, okay? So I'm gonna walk my legs through and then bring my thumb to the floor. So now when he pulls his hand down to the floor, the elbow could bend and release the pressure on my arm here, okay? He pulls towards the pinky, always in trouble. Pull towards the pinky, ow, okay? If I could turn the thumb downward, if he pulls, right, is gonna give a little bit more slack. And then from this position, look, I can walk, and I'm not in the best of position, but at least I'm not in juji position anymore, right? And then now look, I advanced, I sort of got myself out of that position, right? That's 6 juji escapes that you already know. The thing about these escapes is that they all work together in unison. One at a time independently, not very strong. You're not gonna be able to get out each and every one of these techniques just by themselves, right? You have to go one thing into another thing. And of course, Sam's gonna have his attack systems for the juji. So it's not gonna be that simple. The important thing to remember when you're in that position is that you're in a very bad, disadvantaged position. So your options are very limited, right? So the likelihood of you getting out, not so good if you're going against a high level skilled opponent, but it helps to know some of these escapes just because you know you don't want to get on board. All right, so that's 6 juji escapes that you already know.